Yeah, but it's
You
different.
hold on. Just why can't you ladies just say I wasn't taught nothing? My mama didn't teach me nothing. My mama, what did your mother teach you that's special to do for a man?
I mean, nothing special because my
Okay,
mother
then
can't
why should
how to
okay if
please my
nothing
man.
special? Hold on. If nothing, if your mother taught you nothing special to do for a man, why should a man promote you to the highest title possible, wife and mother?
I mean, because of myself. Because I'm.
No. Intrinsic qualities. See, this is what I mean.
I'm trying. Hold
This
on.
is a sales pitch. I don't know nothing. My mama didn't teach me nothing. I wasn't even taught to cook. I'm just supposed to be here. And my presence is supposed to make you happy. And the truth is, most women were taught to worry about sex. But I'm listening, man. Mother teach you that you're supposed to do special for a man. Meaning that he can only get it from you. He wants to cut out of all the women in the world, he wants to keep coming home to you.
But do you really think that my mother can teach me how to please my man? Like, not
The fact that you're asking that question shows how far modern mothers have failed.
the stuff that you speak on be truth, but I feel like it's for the past generation. This new generation is different.
No, it's not. We're all human beings.
That's true, but the
Ma'am, what should the older women teach younger women with regard to men? To make sure we're respected?
yes, because
Okay. How?
just in general, we
No, not be specific. Give me some specifics. You're saying the way you show your man respect is when you're out and about, you let other men and other people know that's my man.
I'm saying just in general, when you're out, you let people know you're cooking. Like most men don't do that. You can be in the house one way, you can be getting taken care of, cook,
See
clean.
what? See, guys, I want you to understand something. I'm asking a very simple question, and the fact that this woman is struggling to make something up other than just saying, "My mama didn't teach me shit." She didn't teach me nothing, and I don't know nothing.
I don't
I'm just making it up as I go along, and I'm just saying what I think sounds good.
know. I just don't think that that's true. Being as though I,
Do you think a father's job is to teach his son what his son is supposed to do for his woman?
I mean, I think a father's job is to teach a son how to respect women, how to treat women.
All right, if you understand that very simple line, then what is a mother's job to teach a daughter what she's supposed to do for her man?
Okay, well then when you put it like that, when you read it like that, yes, she probably should, but
She probably should what?
she probably should teach her daughter how to treat a man. Yes.
Yes, and what does your mother teach you? Did
Well,
she did she teach you?
well, she didn't teach me specifically how to.
Thank you. That's
How,
what I'm saying. And see, the fact that the fact that part of the reason I get frustrated is because sometimes I feel like you ladies come in here and acting like you don't know what I'm talking about. When it's a
no,
very
from
simple
the
concept.
beginning, I
No,
said just
it's a very
how to
simple
cook.
concept, man. Do you think it would have been better if your mama would have taught you how to cook?
I mean, no,
I told you they can never hold their mothers responsible.
I'm
They
not.
can never hold their mothers responsible.
I didn't.
Mama, we can never question mama.
I said as soon as I got on that my mother didn't teach me how.
She didn't teach you how to cook. What did she teach you how to do?
She taught me how to be me, to be respectful, to get my education, so that I can attract a nice man.
Get your education so you can do what?
Attract a nice man. How to
What
present.
does having an education to do with attract a nice man?
I'm just saying, if you go to
No. What does having an education do with attracting a nice man? She taught me how to be me, taught me how to be respectful, taught me how to get my education. That's when all the hearts went up, because that's the only thing I've been taught. Go to school.
people meet their significant other or their husband, like in college, and
Where'd you meet your husband?
no, I'm not married.
Oh, surprise!
That's not a surprise.
What I'm trying to show is you guys, your mothers don't teach you who men are, what we like, and what to do. They teach you guys how to go be men. They teach you, girl, go get a job so you can be middle class and work paycheck to paycheck and make a baby outside of wedlock and live paycheck to paycheck. Because that's better than being somebody's wife, because you might have to do something for that dude. This is why we have 80% of our children born outside of wedlock, and so many of our women have really no clue on how to be wives. So all the family has become to so many black people are the women, their mama, and big mama. Everything before that, all that lineage and history, you've turned your back on all of it. Because if you knew what those family albums were, you could go back and see what family looks like. And those women, they didn't go to college. They weren't worried about PhDs and everything else. Most didn't even graduate from high school, but they were wives and mothers. And the very woman you are today, and everything we claim to be so proud of in the black community, those uneducated country sharecropping and cotton picking people learned. But now we got all these college educated women, a bunch of baby mamas, and don't even know what a family album is. My point is, black women were taught to be individuals.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say individuals, but wouldn't you want your spouse or your mate to be educated? I mean, don't you want that?
You have an education. Everybody in this country has a compulsory education. What is your degree in?
Elementary education.
Ma'am, no disrespect. Really, no disrespect intended.
Go ahead.
But that ain't really nothing.
I know.
So
I didn't know. No, I didn't know that at the time.
My point, but you talked about this education like it's a degree in physics or in engineering.
No, I'm just saying.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. What you got in high school, arguably, what you got in high school was enough to teach in elementary school. True or false?
That could be true.
Is it true or false, ma'am? Because I know when I was in high school.
No, that's true.
So because we put up schools and universities that said, even though you graduated with a high school diploma and you can tutor and help your younger siblings with their work, you need to go through this program over here. And so many of our women worry about these damn degrees, acting as though, hey, look at my college degree in elementary education. Doesn't that make me more appealing as a potential wife? No, it doesn't. We don't care about your degrees because for the most part, most women's degrees are useless. They're in humanities of some sort of education, communications, marketing, history, psychology, criminal justice. It's not in engineering, accounting, medicine. It's not in anything that's going to put you in the top 10% of earners. It just comes with a credit card. It comes with a debt. But so many women, my education. When do men swipe left or right on Tinder saying, ooh, I need to find me an MBA or a PhD? That's not what they do. But see, your mama didn't teach you that. Your mama didn't teach you who we are. The only thing that I really believe what you said is she taught me to get an education. This woman I'm talking to is an elementary school something. That ain't much.
Okay,
but the thing is, if you go back and look at the women who came before your mother, they were better women because they knew how to cook, clean, sew, do things around the house because they had to. Modern women are lazy. Air conditioning, washing machines, dishwashers. Y'all don't have to do nothing. So the few things that you should still do, don't even do that. Your mama married, right?
They're separated, but
just like the previous girl. Her mother was married too. And these selfish ass married women are not teaching their daughters anything. She didn't teach you. Guess what? Only 1 in 4 black women are lucky enough to find a husband. So when you do, this is how you make sure you find a man. And this is how you make sure you position yourself to be somebody's wife. This is how you make sure you stay somebody's wife. And this is how you keep a man. She taught you none of that. Why did you and your child's father marry?
My child's father passed before she was born. He didn't get killed, so he wasn't no thug or anything like that. People jump to that.
But how many children does he have?
Just her.
Okay. Why did you guys get married before you got pregnant?
I mean, we were young. We were high school sweethearts.
Your child is 1 year old.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me high school sweethearts and you're in your 30s. I asked a very simple question. Marry before you carry. It matters.
It does. It does.
You know, why didn't you guys marry before making a baby?
We were young. We broke up.
You were not young, man.
No, we weren't together.
No, ma'am. You got pregnant at around 30 years old. Don't tell me you're young.
No, I'm saying prior. You said, why didn't
30
we get married?
years. What?
You said, why didn't we get married prior? We weren't
No, I'm
together.
asking you why you didn't get married before you gapped your legs open and let him shoot up the clothes.
Oh,
You pregnant.
I don't know. He didn't ask.
Why
I,
didn't you make it a requirement before you made a baby?
because we weren't there. We weren't together.
Oh my God.
We
There
were
it
having
is. That's what I
relations.
want you guys to understand. Black women are, it's a bigger deal to be a wife than a mama. I'll have your baby, but your wife, oh, we're not there yet.
No, I would have been his wife if he would have asked, but
Ma'am,
we're off
why? No,
and
no,
on.
no, no. See, I don't care about him asking. My question
What's
is
that?
this: why did you allow yourself to be in a position to get pregnant before a man committed to you? I don't care what he did or did not do. Why did you do that? 33 forms of birth control. That's your choice. You had unprotected sex, college graduate.
Yes.
You know what the French toast is going on. Stop playing. This is why I get frustrated with y'all. Y'all act goddamn stupid when you know what I'm saying is 2 plus 2 is 4. When
I
you don't want to be accountable. And the answer is, I didn't make marriage a priority because I really didn't care one way or another.
no, I'm not saying that, but I can't.
Did you want to marry him?
I would have.
That's not what was the question I asked you.
Yes.
Did you want to marry him?
Yes.
Why didn't you make marriage a requirement before pregnancy?
I didn't want to push nothing on nobody. If they didn't bring it up, I'm not going to bring it up. We were friends though at the time, just going back and forth, back and forth. That's true.
Ma'am, you're 30 plus years old.
Hmm.
And when I ask, the first thing they try to do is this young excuse. You're a grown woman with a college degree.
Hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, whether you want to admit it or not, you were not taught to prioritize a man and a marriage and a relationship. You said it 10 minutes ago. Your mother didn't teach you. So, getting pregnant, when you saw that you were pregnant, because you knew you were having unprotected sex, and you knew you weren't on birth control, when you got pregnant, there was nothing ahead of time teaching you, girl, don't get pregnant before you get married. See, I grew up in that generation where they told the girls, do not get pregnant. With your generation, you sit around having sex and then say, well, if I get pregnant, I got a college degree. I can take care of the kid on my own.
I didn't plan on taking care of her on my own. I'm not, and who's to say that we wouldn't have got married?
See,
I,
guys, this is what I mean. I want you to understand how we started from the beginning. You can't be accountable. Ma'am, this is
I,
one of the biggest problems.
I,
This is one of the biggest, no, ma'am, no. One of the biggest problems is just admit. My mama didn't teach me how to prioritize, did not tell me to make relationships and marriage a priority before I gave a baby.
okay, I can admit that.
Okay, so when you got pregnant, you didn't go say, we need to get married, or else I'm terminating this pregnancy.
No, I didn't say that. No. I mean,
So thank you, people. So thank you. This is why when I deal with women who have children, I don't treat them as victims. They can make all the choices. 33 forms of birth control. Especially they're college educated. They know what they're doing. And here's the fact of the matter is, ma'am, I don't even why he passed, not my concern. But he wasn't your husband.
why?
Uh, do you ever plan on getting married one day?
Yes.
Really? So they'll be looking for a stepfather. Yes.
Mm,
Yes, what do you
I'm
be?
not looking for a stepfather,
Ma'am,
but
if you're
he
looking to
will
get if
be a
you're looking to
stepfather.
yeah, if you get married, he will be a stepfather. And the man who's going to be a stepfather will ask these questions.
Okay, that's fine.
This man is supposed to come through and accept you and another man's child like his own so you can emulate or mirror the experience you had when that's not this situation. If you want to give your daughter what you had, you should have been a wife before you were a mother. That's the only way to give her what you had. Do you want any more children?
I'm open to it.
Do you want any more children?
I'm open to it.
Do you want any more children?
Yes.
How many more?
Probably just want a boy.
So a stepfather comes along and the best he can get is one kid out of it.
None.
Okay, when's the last time your child's father, what did he do for a living?
He worked for Metro, the maintenance supervisor.
Maintenance supervisor. So he's a middle class worker, right?
Hmm.
Ma'am, due respect, a woman who's an 8, 9, or 10, they don't get middle class maintenance supervisors.
Beautiful people.
Ma'am, we're talking about you.
Okay.
You've been you your entire life. And
Yeah.
you call yourself an 8.
Yes.
No.
If Sweetie is a 6,
Ma'am, you're not,
I think she's
ma'am,
10.
ma'am,
So
ma'am, you're beneath that number. You're not above that number. Rankings matter.
they do,
But,
like everyone.
okay, but what would an average to cute woman who's almost 6 feet tall and 200 pounds with a 1-year-old be able to land a top 1% man?
You never know. You can't help who
Thank
falls
you.
in love.
Thank you, guys. And see, that's why I don't give a fuck.
But
Because no matter what you do, it's always, you never know. It could happen.
no,
You
can I
never
ask you a
know.
question
I
though?
mean, what we do know is, ma'am, what we do know, or that ain't you. Men who have the kind of money you're talking about, they have options.
I,
A man who is over 6 feet tall, earning the kind of money you're talking about, he has options. And what kind of things does that man want from a woman? Do you think those men want to be stepfathers?
no.
Okay. Do you think those kind of men want women who are 200 pounds?
Guys like thick girls.
Do you think those men, when you see men with the kind of money we're talking about, do you see them out with women who are 200 pounds that ain't thick, that's fat?
I don't think I'm fat, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
Do
Now,
men making the kind of money you making, when you have all these women who are around this man, do they go for the women? Do they go for the women who are 200 pounds?
no, we go for
No.
the slimmer
So
with.
so why do you feel like it? Well, so what makes you the needle in the diamond in the rough?
I'm not saying I'm a diamond in the rough. I'm just
I said, where in the world does a woman with your stats get the kind of man with this stats? And you said, well, today's age, anything can happen. So if that's the case, why do you think it could happen for you?
because I feel like me personally, I have a lot of good qualities. If you're just going off appearance, I don't even think that matters. Because I've met
Ma'am,
people
you may
that
have a lot of good qualities, but so do the women that these men want, and they're much more attractive and childless, and learn how to do something, and actually will taught what to do for a man. See, you ladies always put yourselves out here and say like you're the best like you're the best product on the lot. I mean, is that what you're really saying? That a woman that nobody's better than you, because he can only have one, so he's gonna pick you over the other one. And so that's what I do on my platform. I try to let women understand you can dream and say what you want, but these men have options.
that's
And
true.
ain't no men that we're talking about, and the reality of your life, do respect the reality of your life, your lived existence, what you know, is you are a baby mama from a guy who was your high school sweetheart, and he was a maintenance something. Maintenance what?
Supervisor.
Is that like a maintenance man, or what is that? I don't know what that means.
It's basically like he supervised everyone else in the maintenance department.
It's like in the an apartment complex, in a building, what?
No, Metro is the subway and
Oh, okay, okay, all right. So a blue collar worker,
mhm.
and that's what I would expect from a woman who is an average looking woman. Average and cute looking women get average to blue collar men,
But that's
ma'am, and that's how it's always been. And only in the last 30 years have average women started to have these outrageous dreams about 6 figures, 6 feet tall men who gonna come make everything that ain't you.
but he see this is what I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Take all that away, boom. I've seen women that well, if you say I'm a 6, I've seen people that I think I'm better than, so they had to be less numbers that are married or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm. And do
So
you know these people personally?
yeah. I
Are
mean,
they're married to whom?
they're married to their significant other. I don't
No,
know.
no, but is their significant other 6 feet tall and 200 and some odd thousand dollars more?
No, they're not her.
Then that's all we're talking about, man.
Oh, I thought the goal was marriage.
Well, no, but marriage is one thing. But see, I learned a long time ago. you ladies don't know what you mean by married. That's why I asked you about the lifestyle. You want to have at least one more kid at best, but you also want to live in a house that you could never afford. You could never afford a $500,000 home, ever.
Not bad right out, but that's what you have a mortgage for. I can pay a mortgage. I'm not trying to, I mean, if I
Ma'am,
go buy a house
you can you a $500,000 home and a $45,000 suburban on an elementary educator salary.
once I get married and I get,
No, ma'am. I'm saying you,
oh, by
not once you
myself,
get married. On you on your own, what you were raised to be, an elementary educator. You could never afford a $500,000 home on your own, a suburban on your own. At best, you're gonna get a small home and a mid-sized car, living paycheck to paycheck, like every other middle-class person in this country. And then if you were to deal with a maintenance supervisor, you guys get yourself together, but you don't expect the maintenance supervisor to put you in a $500,000 home. You're just supposed to move out of your apartment and move to a home. My point is the lifestyle that you ladies envision is far past your sexual marketplace value. And then when somebody lays it out, this is how men think, this is how men work, this is how men operate. Well, whatever, it could happen for me. When was the last time a man that was making that kind of money approached you? Never. What kind of job would a man, what kind of career would a man need to be making to earn $250,000 more annually? What are some professions?
probably a doctor,
What kind of doctor?
mm, a neurosurgeon. But see, I wouldn't even,
Ma'am, unless I'll ask you the question, what kind of professions? A neurosurgeon, what else?
I really just feel like only doctors make that kind of money or
Okay,
lawyers.
so again, so in order to make the kind of money you're talking, a man would need to have an elite profession.
But you, I mean,
Ma'am, let's just stop right there. In order to make the kind of money, to have the kind of lifestyle you're talking about, to where you only had to work to pay 5% of the family bills, a man will have to have an elite profession, which makes him an elite level man. You're not an elite level woman
because of my job and I mean,
because of who you are, all of it.
but see,
Your looks,
here,
your height, your weight, just everything, your software.
why am I?
This is why April quit, because you ladies just won't get it. You expect it. I know these men. I'm in rooms with these men, and I'm gonna tell you, they don't come into rooms with women who talk like you.
But see, I don't want some. I mean, not saying you, but I don't want someone of your stature because I feel like those guys are the busiest, and they're not going to be able to be home.
You could. It's not. It doesn't matter if you want them or not. You couldn't get them.
Okay, that's fine too.
But then, how can you get the kind of lifestyle you're talking about?
It's not unattainable without
How?
if
How do you get the okay? How do you get the lifestyle you're talking about without the money?
I can have that lifestyle. Like I
How?
said,
How?
I'm
How?
for me to be working and for my future
How do you
husband.
get? How do you get a 500? How do you get a lifestyle of a $500,000 home or suburban and an income around $300,000 on an elementary educator's degree and career path? How do you get it? How?
My income combined with my future husband's income will suffice. Once I meet my
Will
husband,
suffice.
yes.
At
Once
the
I
top of your career, what is your highest projected earning annually?
probably like as a teacher in DC, probably like 55, 56,000.
Ma'am, at the top of your career, at best, you won't even crack $60,000. So in order to have the kind of lifestyle you're talking about, your husband would need to make $200,000 or more.
It is people out here that
Woo,
have,
Jesus, math is fundamental, man. See, every time I talk to you about what it is, you tell me it's possible. And then the math keeps defeating you.
I feel like you're going off the math and
Because the
math
math is
is
real. You go into a bank talking this shit about, I got a business plan and I got a dream and it could work. They don't go off of that. They go off of your credit rating, your collateral, and if there's going to be return on investment. And this is the problem. I want to bring you all the guys all the way back around. What has this education done for black women. If they don't use their fructose brain, man, we're having a simple logic conversation, grown conversation based on numbers. And you're getting frustrated at the math because it won't work according to what you want. You won't make more than $70,000 as a teacher. That's paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. And here's another thing. If you're like most black women and you don't get married, if you make $50,000 a year from 25 to 65, and you save $200 a month, that means when you graduate, when you retire at age 65, mandatory, and you live from 65 to 85, like many black women do, you're gonna need $2.4 million. You won't have, at $50,000 for 40 years, adjusted for inflation, you will have almost a $750,000 hole in your savings. When you run out of money, if you're not married and on your projected income, what's going to happen when there's no more money because you can't work anymore? There will be no income. After you're out of money, what happens?
Hopefully, if I'm not married, which
No. You're not. If you're not married, what happens?
if I'm not married, I would hope I raise my daughter right so she can take care of me.
So, in other words, I want you guys to understand their plan, instead of prioritizing relationship and marriage to make sure they can get to the end of life, is to burden their children with their elder care. That's a fucked up thing to do, man. I'm gonna make my kid take care of me in the elder years. So her husband, her life, her family. This is the reason I do this broadcast right here. This long ass interview to get through all of this, to show I was taught to get my education, and these educations aren't worth shit. You are a middle class worker. You weren't taught anything to do with a man. You weren't taught how to be a wife, how to get the very thing that's going to save you from living with your daughter. You weren't taught how to do it. That's why you're a baby mama right now, because I don't want to pressure him and this and that. All right, fine. You can dream all you want to, but you are going to make less than $60,000 at the top of your career. That is broke.
That is broke.
So you don't get to dream about living in Bowie and 5-bedroom homes and suburbans. At best, you get to do is live like you're living right now. Hold on. At best, you get to do is live like you're doing right now with a maintenance man or a maintenance supervisor. And y'all cobble together his income and your income, and you live at that level. That's not a 5-bedroom house in Bowie. That's a 3-bedroom house, and your sister, your kids share a room.
Why are you acting as if it's like, even if that happens, even if I meet a maintenance man, well,
why am I acting like what? Why am I acting like reality's real?
No, you acting like it can't happen, even if it's with a.
What can't happen? I'm acting like what can't happen?
Marriage and everything else. You're saying
no, ma'am. I'm not talking marriage to whom?
Whomever loves me.
No. Marriage to whom? Are we? See, this is what I don't do. I don't allow you guys to conflate. I'm not acting like anything. Why am I acting like your dreams are too big for what it is?
But it's
why are you, man? Why are you? Okay. What percent out of 100% chance? What percentage chance would you give yourself of getting this 5-bedroom home in Bowie, in this suburban, this lifestyle?
I say a 50-50 chance because of the marriage thing. Marriage these days are harder to do. So if I get,
here's what I mean, people. A 50-50 chance. She gives herself a 50-50 chance of this dream high income lifestyle, to where she is going to find a man who is going to be able to pay the $200,000. So you're going to find a $200,000 man. You get yourself a 50-50 shot of finding a $200,000 man.
That number,
ma'am, if the number see, I know more about the number than you do. Cost of living calculator, ma'am. I don't care if you don't like the math. That's what it is.
It's not that
the average child cost $250,000. I've already run the numbers.
I know. I said all of that, but what I'm saying is,
how much would it? $500,000 home. How much is your rent right now?
$1,200.
And how long of a mortgage?
For probably about 50 years.
50 years?
Mm-hmm.
What's the life expectancy of a man?
Oh, probably like what, 65, 70?
Yeah. You can't get a mortgage for that long at your age?
To start off with.
Man, you're 32. Top working age is 65.
I mean, if you're in good health.
Monthly payments. $34.52. $3,400. Man, you make at the top of your career, you'll make $60,000. A mortgage of $3,400, even if it was $3,000, even if it was $3,000, that's $36,000 a year. That's over half of your gross take-home pay. Ain't no maintenance man can afford that. You cannot afford that, and that's before car. Man, that's before car payments. That's before utilities, groceries, living expenses, medical insurance, the kids. See, the thing is, you don't know anybody who lives at that level, so you don't know what the annual. Who do you know that lives at that
That's
level?
what I was just telling you. The reason that I even want to live in Bowie, because people that I know that live in Bowie and have these houses and things of that nature, I know for a fact that they
But you
don't
don't know
make
how.
two hundred
Okay,
thousand
and
dollars.
what are they? But what are they month? What are their monthly total expenses
I
with two
don't know.
kids?
I
That's
don't
the
know.
point. That's the point. You don't know. Are you guys experiencing the same level of insanity? I mean, I want you to understand. This is a college-educated woman who has been defeated by math, but is going to make reality, ma'am. Right. In the last 10 years,
Oh no.
what's the most money of a man you've ever dated? What's the highest earning man you dated?
I never really asked their income.
Because they're
But
broke.
here, a maintenance man that works for Metro could make up to $100,000.
Uh-huh.
It's true.
I get it. Because the cost of living is 150%. So, guys, what I want you to understand is this is the level of delusion with the modern woman. She is going to figure. I know people, but you don't know nobody. You don't know their living expenses. See, the difference is between you and I. I know people who actually live like this levels that you're talking about, and I know the expenses. You are operating on a massively deluded level. You are a 6 foot tall, 200-pound woman with a 1-year-old, and you are average to cute at best. Okay? Women in that kind of range don't get first dibs or any dibs of men earning that kind of money. That's average. Is the lifestyle you're talking about, the lifestyle we're talking about, is that an average lifestyle?
No. The lifestyle that you're talking about with the
No, the
two hundred
lifestyle that
thousand
we've been talking,
dollars.
man, the one you talk about where you're working 5% of the time.
I said I would, but I don't have no
All
problem
right,
paying.
ma'am. The life. Okay. What do you honestly think you're going to get out of this life? What do you think you're going to get that life that we were talking about? Living in Bowie with 5 bedrooms in a suburban.
Yes.
You said you gave yourself a 50-50 shot.
Yes. Meaning because I would want
Okay,
to
50-50
own.
shot and a 50-50 shot. And who's going and carrying the financial load? What percentage of the family financial load would you have to have? Would you be carrying to live that life?
If I have more kids, then I would want to do, like I said, about 5%, just utilities or that such, because if I have more kids, I'm going to have to take care of the kids.
How the fuck do you afford an upper class lifestyle when you're only working to pay utilities? How much is your husband going to have to make?
I don't know.
Ma'am,
You ran the numbers, but like,
ma'am, I asked you, this lifestyle that we ran down, you said I give myself a 50-50 shot. I said,
yeah,
okay, what percentage of the family household are you going to be paying for? And you
I,
went right back to it and said, oh, only 5 to 10%. So that means the man has to pay 90 to 95% of that entire thing.
I said if we have a whole lot of more kids,
That's the goddamn thing I just said 3 times.
if I just have my one kid and go to
Ma'am,
work a regular
I
job,
know what I said. If you have more kids and you got this lifestyle, you're working 5% of the time or 10% of the time, fine. You give yourself a 50-50 shot at having that lifestyle. How much does that man have to make annually to cover those? Because you only working 5 to 10% of the time. How much does he have to work? How much does he have to make annually?
you said 200,000, but
How much? I'm asking you how much.
I feel like $100,000, because if I get, you just went to a $500,000 home. If I get a $350,000 home,
You are insane.
why
A
am I
hundred.
insane?
She, this woman is saying that she can. This woman is saying that she can have a $500,000 home a $45,000 Suburban. Her husband has at least the same car on her level. That's almost $600,000 in home and vehicle. 2 children, utilities, medical, insurance, savings, all these things, travel, then college, all of this coming from a man making $100,000. And I got news for you. You're fucking insane. The math doesn't support that. And even if $100,000 was enough, a man making that kind of money don't want an average woman. I'm so adamant on this. Don't argue with a man. At this point, like I said, most of them over 30, they're beyond reproach. You can't save this because when math doesn't work, they will argue up and down, up and down. I said women of the group tell men of the group what they think they deserve by how they look and how they act. Look at how she's acting. This is it. For me, I'm a mother. I'm not even really fit. I'm an average earner. And my goal is to just get married and have you pay all the bills.
I said I'll be.
Good luck with that. Out of line. You cannot make this shit up. I told people, men I talked to yesterday, especially black men, I told you, the only thing that has a chance of correcting this market imbalance is competition. Black women feel like they have a monopoly on black men so much to where they think they don't have to offer you anything, and you should give them everything. I know maintenance supervisors who got $500,000. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen. And I want you guys to understand why I'm hammering this point is I want you to ask yourself, put yourself in the position of the man that has to carry all of that. Is a woman who thinks like that and moves like that. Forget how she looks. Forget all that. Forget how she looks. Is a woman with a child who thinks like that and moves like that. Is that a just reward for a man? Women like her don't think men deserve shit.